A dedicated healer vanishes. The puzzling case of Fábio Corrêa. Fábio Corrêa was a man dedicated to caring for others. He worked as a nursing technician. His life was centered around providing aid and comfort. In his community, he was known for his professional commitment. Few could have predicted the dark turn his life would take. His profession was one of healing, yet he would become the victim of a brutal act. The irony was stark. His absence would soon be keenly felt by many. The day Fábio Corrêa disappeared was April 20th, 2025. It was Easter Sunday, a day typically associated with renewal and family. For Fábio, it marked the beginning of a grim mystery. He was last seen and then he was gone. No warning, no farewell, just an abrupt absence. The circumstances were unsettling from the very start. His friends and family began to worry. The festive air of the holiday turned sour with his unexplained. Concern quickly escalated into a widespread search. Fábio was not the type to disappear without a word. His routine was known. His responsibilities were clear. Each passing hour without contact amplified the fear. The community in Saquarema, Região dos Lagos do Rio, began to buzz with questions. Where was Fábio? What could have happened to him? The silence from his end was deafening. It spoke of something deeply wrong. The first tangible and deeply troubling piece of evidence surfaced later that same day. Fábio Corrêa's car was discovered. It was not found near his home or workplace. Instead, it was located in the nearby city of Cabo Frio. The vehicle was completely carbonized, burned beyond recognition. This discovery was ominous. It suggested violence. It hinted at a deliberate effort to destroy evidence. The charred remains of the car painted a grim picture. Hope for Fábio's safe return began to dwindle significantly. Somber revelation. The discovery in Villatour's woods. The search for Fábio Corrêa continued relentlessly. Days turned into a week, and then more. 9 agonizing days passed since Easter Sunday. Each day was filled with a torturous blend of hope and dread. The police were actively investigating. Volunteers scanned the areas he frequented. The community held its breath. The question remained, where was the nursing technician? His disappearance had cast a long shadow over Saquarema. The lack of answers was a heavy burden for all who knew him. The breakthrough, when it came, was heartbreaking. Fábio Corrêa's body was found. It was discovered in a wooded area. The location was Villatour, a district within Saquarema. This was not far from where his life had been centered. The discovery confirmed the worst fears. He had not simply left. He had been taken. The search had ended, but a new, painful chapter was just beginning. The woods that held a grim secret. A crucial role in locating Fábio's remains was played by a specialized team. A sniffer dog from the fire department led investigators to the precise spot. The dog's keen sense of smell pierced through the dense undergrowth. It pinpointed that the clandestine grave Fábio's body had been buried. It bore the marks of violence. Gunshot wounds were evident. This was not a mere disappearance. It was a calculated murder. The details emerging were chilling. The official identification of the body brought a somber closure to the search. It was indeed Fábio Corrêa. The news rippled through the community. It brought a wave of grief and outrage. The nursing technician, known for his gentle nature, had met a violent end. The wooded area in Villatour became a place of sorrow. The reality of the crime was stark and brutal. The focus now shifted from finding Fábio to finding his killers. Justice was now the paramount concern. Unmasking the accused. Jealousy, deceit, and a deadly triangle. The civil police intensified their investigation. They worked to unravel the circumstances leading to Fabio's murder. Information began to filter in. The Disc Denuncia tip line proved valuable. It provided leads that helped investigators piece together the complex puzzle. Slowly, a narrative of betrayal and violence began to emerge. The police were meticulous. They examined every connection. They scrutinized every piece of information. The truth, they suspected, lay hidden in Fabio's recent interactions. The primary suspect identified by the police was Luciano Cabral. He was also known by the alias Lulu. Cabral was not an unknown figure to law enforcement. He was reportedly a drug trafficker. His activities were centered in the Villatur area, the same area where Fabio's body was discovered. This connection was significant. Cabral's reputation preceded him, and he was a man capable of violence, while his name cast a dark shadow over the investigation. Like, the motive for this brutal crime, investigators believe, was jealousy. Fábio Corrêa had been involved in a romantic relationship. His partner was a woman named Maria Eduarda. She had presented herself to Fábio as single. This, however, was a dangerous deception. Investigations revealed that Maria Eduarda was, in fact, still in a relationship with Luciano Cabral. Fábio had unknowingly stepped into a volatile situation, a love triangle fueled by deceit. This romantic entanglement would prove fatal. The web of complicity did not end with Luciano and Maria Eduarda. Further investigation implicated another individual, Alan Vitor. Maria Eduarda's own brother was also believed to have participated in the crime. This revelation added another layer of shock. It suggested a family conspiracy. The plan to murder Fabio was not the act of one jealous man alone. It was a coordinated effort. The bonds of family twisted into a pact of violence. The police now had 3 key suspects in their sights: the Easter morning ambush and the ongoing pursuit of justice. The details of the murder plot were chilling. Police believe Luciano Cabral orchestrated an ambush. He planned to kill Fábio Corrêa. The discovery of the affair between Fábio and Maria Eduarda had allegedly ignited his rage. Cabral, a known drug trafficker, decided to eliminate his perceived rival. The plan was set in motion for Easter Sunday. A day that should have been peaceful became the backdrop for a cold-blooded crime. Every detail was meticulously planned for maximum effect. Maria Eduarda's role in the deadly scheme was crucial, according to police. She is believed to have lured Fábio to Villatur. This happened on the morning of April 20th, 2025. Easter Sunday, the very day he disappeared. She used their relationship to draw him into the trap. This act of betrayal was profound. Fábio trusted her. He went to meet her, unaware he was walking into his own murder. Her complicity painted her as a central figure in the heinous act, not merely a bystander. The civil police moved swiftly once the suspects were identified. Arrest warrants were issued for Luciano Cabral, Maria Eduarda, and Alan Vitor. On Thursday, May 29th, 2025, their photographs were released to the public. This was an appeal for help through Disque Denuncia. The authorities hoped that publicizing their faces would lead to their capture. The net was closing. Yet, the suspects remained at large. They were fugitives from justice. The search for them intensified across the region. The hunt for the suspects has been challenging. They are actively evading capture. In one instance, police attempted to apprehend Maria Eduarda. They had information she was hiding at a house in Saquarema. As officers arrived, she managed to flee. Her escape highlighted the difficulties in bringing them to justice. The community of Saquarema remains shaken by the brutality of the crime. The murder of Fábio Corrêa, a dedicated nursing technician, calls for swift justice. The pursuit continues, driven by the need to answer for a life so cruelly taken.